What's up? What is up? Good morning. Happy Monday. Let me get all set up here. Hopefully everyone had a fantastic weekend. Looking at the charts. Do this. Let's do this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cube Gift, how are you today? How's things? Just a quick little recap of last week. Let's get in here. Quick little recap of last week. Just to remind myself, it's been one of those where I feel like we went forever. Those long weekends. All right, 185 last week. No trading on Friday, even though it was a little bit short. You guys, this is all on TradeZilla. Links below if you need it. And thank you. Audio, video is good. Thank you for the one. Perfect. So that's what we're going to be working with right here. We have some folder news today. All right, big ones. PMI. I feel like Thursday. This is FOMC. Yeah. So two big news events. What do they have listed for Thursday? Existing home sales. I don't really think that's exactly right. Maybe it is, but these are definitely two big ones I'm going to be watching this week. Today, 10 a.m. So we're going to be very, very cautious out of the open. Got to be very, very cautious out of the open PMI. And then FOMC, one of those things where could be good, could be bad, but that's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So usually on FOMC days, things tend to kind of chop, consolidate, and then we get some big movement. Usually I'm done for the day. But yeah, let's keep the green July going. And let's dive into the charts here and see exactly what we're looking at. We'll keep this over here in case anything goes that's worth watching. Because I said we definitely are going to stay a little bit cautious, but as always, we have certain rules. I barely missed this low of day. All right. That I'm not too interested in this at this point in the day, but I am definitely interested in the trend. I am definitely interested in going short high of day. Usually I'd be putting orders at prior day POC, which is right here. But right now, because we kind of have like stacked POCs between that, if we look a little bit left, we can see a little bit of trend upwards as we see with this trend line, bull continuation, trend line up. So that's kind of where we're sitting on the MYM. Not a ton of range. Right now we're dealing with ATR 603. Okay, so 603 ATR with a 203. So a little bit less, but we get down here, then we can start to play inside the bands. The MES has a 96. Huge stack POCs. If we look left here, we have POCs going all the way back to June 30th. So definitely in that little area of interest that could be a little bit interesting. If we come down, I'll probably be interested in buying prior session low of day and seeing exactly what happens and where we're at according to 10 a.m. when that news comes out. So we'll watch the open and we'll watch for that first couple minutes. And at 9:45, we can make a decision if we want to go flat on some things. The Russell, I usually like to wait till market open. I don't like to rest orders. But we do see some confluence between prior day POC and that trend line pretty much right here. You could sell that, or you could be a little bit more patient and you could just drag it up and do the standard prior session high of day. Definitely something I'm interested in, as well as prior session low of day.
Order submitted.
We are at a very, very small range, a little less than 20 on an ATR of 52. And then because Mike G likes to watch gold, I have it on my chart because he's always talking about it, but definitely not looking to trade gold. I just have it there so I could watch it. All right. Just because he's always like, so happens you get trading buddies and it's like, oh, I'm trading this. I don't trade that. Let me know where you guys got orders, what you're looking at, what you're interested in. If you have any questions about the setup, please let me know. But yeah, now we kind of just going to wait for 10 minutes. So that's all of the pre-market analysis that I need to do. Everything else is just kind of noise to me. I had somebody in the Discord this morning ask about Menth IQ. Yeah, Menth IQ. It's just options gamma levels and stuff. And yeah, just more, we were just saying that more has always been detrimental to me. I've used every indicator. I've used every. I mean, I have Bookmap still, and as time has gone off, I've used RSIs. I've used cumulative delta. I've used everything, and the simpler I made my charts, the better I did. So even though I still have Bookmap, I mean, I can even open it up. Even though I still have it, it's one of those things now where I'm using it as a secondary instrument, and we can kind of see where we might have orders sitting on the Bookmap. People love this tool. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. I used to love it a lot more when I was looking for reasons to get into trades. It's very, very good at giving you reasons to want to hop in trades. You know, when you're like kind of bored and you're sitting around and you start thinking to yourself like, I want to be in a trade. I want to be in that trade. I want to be in a trade. They're having awesome. This is true. They're having awesome specials. If you have been thinking about Bookmap, I have a link there, but right now their specials are very, very, very good. It is a pricey product, but so like right now, when I was looking for trades, I was like, oh, look at this down here at 53. This is MIM. Look at this at 53,000. Look at all these orders stacked here. It's gonna come down and hit that. You know, there's a good chance, right? 53. We're 90 points away from that, a little bit below, and then this. But this was always just for me a little bit noisy. Oh man, yeah. MES is going to come up to this. They are. This is I just kind of like bash on it, but we're going to see the 75-60 very, very quickly today. Where is that? What does that order look like? 75-60. POC. Makes sense. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an MES, like I said, out of this stacked POCs right here. We'll see what happens. We're not guessing, we're not predicting, we're reacting, but it's fun to speculate. We can speculate. Oh man, you probably saw the memes online. I was part of the sitting on the beach 100 degrees out watching fireworks, and then 2 seconds later we got like tornadoes. I was saying to my daughter, who I was caught out in the storm with. My son doesn't like fireworks, so he was in early. I was saying to my daughter, like, I have never been standing in rain and wind like that in my life. I've seen hurricanes and things, but when we were walking back, I live like a quarter mile from the beach where we were watching fireworks. I said to her, like, I have never been in rain and wind like that. Like, it was gnarly. We did get a little bit of fireworks before that, though. But I like to go to bed early. I'm boring. I'm sober. It's like 4th of July. I just get to bed. Gotta wake up and go on a long run. 5 more minutes till the market opens here. Also, I remember when I was newer to trading, that anticipation of like, oh, the market's going to open. I could place a trade. And I always had my finger on the trigger, like, oh, I got to get in trade. Oh, the markets are open. It's especially after a 3-day weekend, man. Felt like forever. Then you get to the point where you're like, I like the time off. I like the time away from the market. It's kind of nice. And now just resting orders, it's nice just to rest orders and then wait. It's like you kind of know that by setting this up, you're setting yourself up for less stress, higher likelihoods of trades going the right way. Like, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. And this is the only way I like it. With that said, 10 o'clock. But whenever we have those huge news candles, like that's why I kind of put it here as opposed to here on MYM. Because whenever we do, it seems to blast through certain levels and then always stops at one of my other targets. So yeah. And for me, I don't yes, definitely. I feel like I was more addicted to it earlier. But I guess I sell daily puts throughout the markets on things. And I've been doing that now for so long. It's just a part of my morning routine. But I remember, especially when I made the jump up to SPX, and That was a lot of money. I remember like being a little bit addicted to that rush of placing that trade and then watching SPX during the day. Now I have just like an algorithm that I plug in that I know my strike price, and I don't even really look at it at all during the day. And the same kind of true, or it's getting there with futures, where I'm more just excited to watch it. I tell my kids, because they watch me, I watch a ton of trading content and follow a lot of traders, and my kids are like, what are you watching? Because we're not screen people here. And I'm like, this is kind of my sports. I like watching the charts. I like it. I mean, I can watch sports with the best of them, but I'm not really a quote unquote sports guy. I'm more of a watch the charts guy. I haven't been watching the World Cup though. I do know when to watch things that are worth watching. I guess weird stuff. I like the Tour de France. Day 3 of the tour today. Super pumped on that. Curious if it's going to be. Last couple of years, the tour has kind of been decided in the first week. Right off prior POC. Look at that. Look, come on. Why do we always take prior POC? There it is. What you took a half a point of drawdown, if that. Great trade if it's during session hours. Just not ready for that yet. And it'll probably come up to POC today, right? Weren't we just talking about that when we looked at it? Wouldn't be surprised if we wick all the way up. We got 3 minutes to go. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next 3 minutes, but probably see POC again. Everything bouncing. Look, right off prior session, low of day. Another great trade. This is pushing down. I'm going to sit out the Russell
Order
just
canceled.
for
Order
a minute.
canceled.
Just with news. I just want to sit out the small caps just for a second. Just to see. We'll jump back we'll rest those trades again once I see what happens at 9:30. We'll put the ES on the right here. Not because I'm watching the bands, don't have enough range for the bands yet, but just so we can watch the ES and the MLM at the same time. One minute, 30 seconds. I think on Friday we had 7 people in here at one time. That was the record. Maybe it'll be like back in the day when Mr. Beast used to go find streamers with nobody watching, and he would drop like $10,000 super chats. Mr. Beast, here I am. One minute. If anything, I want the market to open just because I like to see movement. I like to see movement. Tradeify accounts looking good. Maybe we have 500, be a third of the way there today. What do we need? We need $30, $30 or so to be a third of the way there in the Tradeify accounts. Still 40% off. Pumping into the open. Look at that. I said, I don't know if it was going to happen before the open. It sure did. Happened in that next 3 minutes. 2, 1. And away we go. Go Dow. Let's go film me right away. We've been getting done here in the first 2 to 3 minutes recently. Actually, we were, I think, 6 minutes on Friday. Right? We were done by 9:36. We're now outside day up on the ES, so I will not be taking shorts on the ES. I do not take shorts outside prior day to the upside. I just don't do it. There's that confluence we were talking about before on the Russell. Prior day POC, trend line. prior session high. Probably a nice little trade. Buyers still look like they just want to blast through that though. Gold not moving. Literally. Go down. Go on all the way up there and fill me. Go all the way up there and fill me. Come on. Go all the way up there and fill me. See big blast, and then PMI can come up, and we can just have the greatest short ever all the way down to T-line. There's been a couple of days last week where it came up pretty close to where we wanted it to be. So now we have this prior session POC, which is a long for me, but we've kind of touched that a few times and tested it. We also have value area, which I have a very, very high value area at 78%. And then we have this. So now I'm okay coming in here. Now that the market's open, we got all of the weekend, everything out of there. So now I could place those two. And then I will adjust this trade dynamically through here. And I will bring this up. So we have a 73 and pretty much a 200. So if I got down to here, I'd be $100 in the red before I entered again, which is totally fine for me. So that's it. When you're placing this order, make sure you're thinking about where your ads are. And that would really be the last big ad for me. There's no other longs on the 30-minute chart under that, in my opinion. That's where you might get to a position where you now have enough, you'll have a ton of range there, and you could start trading the VWAP bands. It's kind of how I use these two charts together. Go down. Go down. Might get in a touch early here.
Order filled.
I'm going to get in a little bit early. Probably a little bit of FOMO in that entry. Took it. Hold on, let me just measure it out. Got in at 70. So got in about $15 early.
Order submitted.
I'm actually going to try and play this all the way down to POC. Anybody get short with me there? Good for him. See anything good to say? A little silly goose.
Order submitted.
Let's take a piece off the table and start the week. Let's take a nice piece off the table, start the week.
Order filled.
Done.
Order canceled.
Line to line, baby. What did I say we needed? $32.60, $9.35. So last week we had $9.36, $9.37, $9.35. We are now a third of the way in the trade of the accounts. And frankly, we can kind of be really, really picky now. I'm definitely not done for the day. But now with 10 a.m. news, we're going to just be very, very selective. It's awesome wick. Probably would have gotten our full target, but I'm not greedy. Line to line is what we're here to do. So, love that. I am going to take this
Order
one off
canceled.
just in case, just till after news. Let's see what else I got open here. Not in a position to give anything back just yet. Woo! Love that. I mean, when things are good, they're good. We've been on a little bit of a heater here, and yeah, when things are going good, they're going good. That push, and I guess when I said this is a little bit of a FOMO trade, I'll actually have to go back and see exactly what I just said here in the stream. But I said this is a little bit of a FOMO trade because there's been a couple times recently where I feel like we've come so close and then it tested and wicked out. It eventually always comes back up there, but you can not be a dick for a tick on the profit side as well as the entry side. We did have the plus twos up there. At that point, we're pretty much at range, right? We got to 308, which on 603, we're good to go. So that was another reason why I was okay entering here because we had just got the 50% range, which is where I want to be to use the bands. And we're pretty darn close. And I knew that with the news coming, I could take a little bit of heat and get out of the trade before 10 a.m. Or, like I said, it was going to do this and I was going to get the trade that I wanted. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good one. I mean, I feel like the last couple of days we've said like that's what dreams are made of. Right? We've had so many good trades on stream. Like we got this one last week down here. That was a freaking right off prior session low. It's just been look, prior session high shorts. This prior session high short that didn't really work, but that was Friday. Like that was not a real day. Just the real days that we've had, it's just prior session high comes down. It's just been the markets have just been pretty nice. I, as a mean reversion trader, I don't like when the market's trending huge one way or the other. I definitely like a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of like trading sideways, or just a nice steady. Like this is nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Wow. I wonder if this is a little bit of Trump catalyst if you said he's speaking now. That's diabolical. Trading into red folder news. Diabolical. What a sell off. Is the ES doing the same? I gotta watch that. No. Yes. Not gonna lie, feels pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Just stacking. Stacking green days. Let's see. Still going. Still selling off. But the ES is not. I mean, everything is still green on the day. I mean, we'll call that even, but definitely not looking for minus ones. Definitely not looking for minus twos going into news. Even though minus twos is prior session low of day, maybe we will. Just getting really, really close to news, especially this is a pretty intense sell-off candle. There's two camps here. There's one that says this green trade, I've earned the right to enter this and give myself a little bit more risk on the day. And then there's people that say 32 is really what you get. Like, that's a good day for me. So take the 32 and don't go red to green, green to red. My position on it changes every single time. Every time. I will say, like, start the week, especially when it comes that easy. Like when we open up and get a nice trade 5 minutes in, like if I had to grind for $30 or like I got lucky, I might be like, all right, let's try and get a little bit bigger piece. But now I'm like, it was almost like, yeah, don't be greedy. It was almost too easy. Take your $30 and go enjoy the rest of your day. But my kids are at camp, so I'm playing with them. And my wife's running. She's either running or she's one of the 3 people listening to the stream. But got some time. I definitely want to see what happens with the news here in 15 minutes. I wish I could get some royalty-free music to put on to make things a little bit more entertaining, if you will. But I'm definitely watching this. We just had prior session POC bounced off of there. A little bit came through a little bit, but when we've chopped around prior session POC already, even into the open, that's why I'm going to push. That's why I'd push this down here. Get some value area lows. I mean, there's a little bit going on, but especially with this being a really, really short day, the prior session POC doesn't hold as much meaning, as well as the prior session high and low. Like if we think about how short Friday was, we went from, where's the market open? Market opens here. So this is really the only cash session volume that was, with all of the stock indices closed. So really for me, the prior session low I'm really thinking about and the prior session POC is like here and here. Right? This is Thursday's low down here. But then Thursday's high is up here as well, which makes us kind of outside day up. It's all these things you just got to take into consideration. Nice bounce. Once again, this POC zone. They want to go running. Everyone wants to go running. We got rain here in the Northeast for the first time. Well, it rained the other night, but we haven't had like rainy days in a bit. They've all been like quick 2-minute or overnight quick storms that came through. So in true homeowner dad fashion, looking out the window today being like, oh gosh, you know, when it's so hot and dry that even the sprinklers don't seem to keep up. What a wick, though, this is, huh? What you want to do? There goes ES, keeps going. If you're an aggressive trader now, we do have a little bit of range. Still don't have 50% though, so I still don't even want to come up here to high a day. Like the bands are still out of the question for me on the ES because we're only at 36 ATR on a 96. At 36 range on a 96 ATR. Oh man, I think about like even 2-3 months ago how I was so fixated on the VWAP bands that like I would have to go in here, and then I would just get crushed. Please, if you're learning like this, the mean reversion through this strategy, please be using this secondary to this, right? Just because it's an arbitrary +1 doesn't mean there's an entry here, right? It maybe high of day, like maybe you like that trade. We got double touch pretty much on the high of day with +2s. Maybe you want to take that trade. Okay. In my opinion, it's still an aggressive trade with the low amount of range that we've seen today. On a low ATR that was affected by a low day. Like we only had 41 points of range total on that short Friday when the stock indices were closed. Right, same here in the Dow. 328 was the total range on the day. So if we think about this ATR, it's got to be skewed a little bit by that holiday, for sure. But a little bit more range, we're over 50%. So I guess if you wanted to, on them WAM, you could take +1s, right around value area if you wanted to, or you can come all the way up. I'd probably just go to high day still. Like this still looks refreshing to me.
Order submitted.
Ten minutes till the news is in. 10 minutes till the news is in. The wife hooked it up with some Starbucks today. Such a nice treat, little luxury. Luxury. All right, there's POC, developing POC. A pretty good candle for mean reversion, man. Don't we love 2 wicks? We love us some wicks. Yeah, it's so weird when I do that. There it is. Because the wick wasn't shown for you guys. Go MES. What's that doing? Let's see what happens. Our thesis that we just came up with. Do we continue double top or do we push through? Make high new highs on the session. There it is. Aggressive traders probably getting here at the plus twos. I am not that aggressive trader with 9 minutes till red folder news. Right? It's good news, right? We can shoot up. Wow, small caps are going. Nice little Kermit there. Small caps going. There's Thursdays. Gold doing anything? Gold's pretty flat. Goldy gold, just chopping around. Oh, bounced. We got short there. Congrats. Good one. Probably still holding. Yep, line of line there on the ES. There's a part of me that wants to do it. Don't FOMO in, Brad. I'll let you guys take that long. I'm just not ready for it. I'll let you guys take it. Perfect minus twos. That's your trade to take. I'm not ready for it this close to news. I just don't want to sit and then have a news blast down, fill me again here, and be in 2 contracts. I would rather let this come into here and see what news happens. And then once we get back inside the bands, then I can start to play it long. That doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. There it goes. Mike G, you in here? I'm sure you took that long. This guy's got cojones of steel. It's good to see it works, right? Ah, you missed it again? Where'd you have your order? Did you have it at the minus twos? Because it definitely hit prior session low. And there's a winner, line to line. Looks like that would have been another $30, $40 winner there. Mean reversion doing what it's meant to do today. Yeah, what a great opening candle for mean reversion. Yeah, at the minus twos. Oh, it's diabolical. Yeah, you did miss it by, what did it get to? It got to 65, and yeah, oh my gosh. You might get a second shot here. Is it going to come test the minus twos again? Now, look, you might get it now. Still not interested for me, especially after it just did that and just got sold off again. But came right back up to prior POC. That would have been target, right? Prior POC. Yeah, that one stings. That would have been a good one. But like I said, you got it again here if you want it. I still personally don't want it. Under 5 minutes to news. After news. Yep. I'll take it, but all right, there's the minus twos for the aggressive traders. Yeah, it's tough. I said, for the reasons I just said, I wasn't interested the first time, and probably definitely not interested again the second time. This is a pretty big candle we got going on right now. Pretty big candle. 343 point candle right now and still going down. What we would love is a perfect touch of T-line here. A nice little flush and bounce off a T-line with news in 3 minutes. That's what we want. We want to see this come all the way down and then wick all the way back into range. That'd be the one. If we could script it out, if we could write the script, that'd be the one. A beautiful flush down to trend and then back in. Look at this candle on the ES. Holy Christmas. If you're a two-way trader on the ES, you love that. No shorts, though, for me. I'm very strict with my rules. Very strict with my rules. No outside day ups. That MES touch would have got you paid again. Get you done again all the way up. Will it go? That's what I get for being wimpy. Do we see a strong close and a continuation into news? Or does it push down and then keep going up? It would have got you paid twice. Cube gift. It did it twice. Unless you're being a dick for a tick and you would have missed it. Even the EMAs. I probably would have had my targets here, but I probably would have taken it. Been known to take trades off a little bit early. Under 2 minutes, so we get some news release. If you're in some profit, I would consider, I'm not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, I'd consider being flat or having just very, very tight stops. You never know. Sometimes news is a dud, sometimes it's movement. All I know is I would like one of these filled, please. Can news fill one of these in 1 minute? I get more excited about this than a market open. Once again, I like to see movement. I like to see big moves. Big moves rock. Here we go. Will we get any news? No major responses.
Order submitted.
Now I feel much better about that -2. Put it right at lower day. Probably attach it to -2 here. See if we can get a fill. Come on down. Wick Central on the ES today. Yeah. Did we miss it? We might have missed it. Come on down. Be crazy nice if we can run all these wicks, come all the way down. All these things I want to happen during the day. If we come up and start trading in here, that's probably going to be it for me today. We'll see what happens. Give us a couple more minutes. The longer I sit, the more I want to rush into trades and get into trades and do things. So if it doesn't do what we need it to do here, do it relatively quickly, especially being 10 a.m. Eastern. If there was no news, I would have been done after that first trade. So definitely not looking to be too greedy here. Take my $180 and go on about my day if we can't get in here. Definitely setting up some support. Fill me up. Give me that fill. Give me that fill.
Order filled.
All right, we're in.
Order submitted.
And we're in. I'm got my target up there prior session POC. See how the bands adjust over time. And you know if you're sized properly and you're in the right trade if there's a piece of you that wants to go all the way down and fill that second contract, which I really do. So if you place this trade and you're not willing to place this trade, I have to say that you're not sized and risked appropriately. It's my opinion, not financial advice, but there's zero part of me that doesn't want it to go all the way down. Like, I mean, all right, maybe, yeah, it would be dope if it just fucking shot right to VWAP right now. Yes. But in no way, shape, or form am I worried or it will change my heart rate if it goes down and touches that. Now we go down and touch trend, and then we start trading around 5280, 52,800. Yeah, I mean, then I start to get into just trade management, right? It's not I'm nervous or I'm upset or like worried. It's more like, okay, now we have to think about graceful exits, re-entries, things like that. Love to see the ES push and then follows. Everything's green except for the Dow right now. So hopefully the Dow will come and just catch up. We need 137 points for the Dow to catch up, which would be very nice. We got the MES on the left, just watching that. And then we got our Dow trade that we're in on the right. Go Dow. Go get it. I wasn't joking. Show him I wasn't joking. Fill it again. Give me another one. I can throw this here if you want to watch it. So this is total on the day right now. Current trade, realize. So right now in this red with that first green trade, we're good to go. We're pretty much even on the day. I'll bring this back out if we need it. See our other order sitting down here. Taking a little bit of heat, but that's all right. For anybody just getting here, usually we'll go in at prior low a day, but we want to wait for some news. News came in, not a huge response. We have enough range, 422 on a 603. So we entered pretty much at the minus twos, and now we are just managing that trade with another entry down here at the trend. What do you want to do, Dow? Are we just going to melt lower today? I want these damn ice cubes. Sorry. Go now. Go down. Don't give it all back in a second. Anybody along with me? QBF, you along with me? Go down. Nice little wick. Come on, catch up. We said we wanted you to go green too. We want you to go green too. Remember? We just talked about this. The book map helped. There you go. That's it. I'm not saying it's not a good tool. I'm just saying it's a lot sometimes. $72, you say? Yeah, it definitely does. Might be. It's funny you say that. I'm just thinking to myself, oh, I should have taken that off. I almost put in a buy stop just so I don't want to go green to red today. And said this was especially with where I was, I'm not going to lie. And this is where things can come back to haunt you. I traded my P&L and I saw it was at like $48. And I was like, I would like to get a nice $50 day. So I was waiting for one more dollar to put in a stop. And now it's doing this. So I'm like, ah, son of a bee. All right. The last thing you want to do is be like, oh, I was going for a certain dollar amount, miss it by a dollar, and then comes all the way back down against me. Like that would not be cool. I'd be pretty upset with myself if I let that be the case. Yeah, I'm
Order
gonna
submitted.
be a little bit loose today. Just be done for the day. Pretty much went line to line, right? That's what we want.
Order filled.
Done. All
Order canceled.
right. Listen, I'm not going to do it again. 49.70. I'm not going to have that talk with myself and then be like, I'd be upset if I let it go all the way. I'm going to be done with my $50 day. And that's just got to be, that's good enough for me. Like, well, let's resync this up. I mean, $50 is a very, very good day for me. And it's the green days that I want to stack. Let me go back to the dashboard here and resync this quick. You guys get an idea how fast this how fast TradeZilla will update too. I know a lot of journaling softwares and stuff don't, but we it's still executing results on dashboard. See how fast it updates. I will say this is taking actually longer than generally. I don't hang tight anymore. I'm not tight. I don't want to get tight. I want you just to show me. I want to see the dashboard. There it is. See, so it happens pretty quick. But 49, 60, 37, 31, 56, 128 was a good day. 38. So when I'm at 50, I was good. Like $28 was good for me here. 26 was good for me. There's no reason why 49 shouldn't be, I shouldn't be ecstatic with that. Right? Start the week good. Yeah. There we are.
Connection lost.
So that's going to be it for me today. I will be back tomorrow for hopefully a little bit more green. All right. It's going. All right. But my target for Schritz and Grins, like I said, we had it initially at prior POC. First trade of the day, probably would have got there. But I said, we want line to line. And we got it. Line to line. When it got out, it wasn't exactly line to line. But we entered line to line. And for me, when I was getting greedy, trying to get these home runs, these big ones, line to line, that's all I want. Yes, it went line all the way down to the -1s, but I am just frankly not the trade. I'm not the type of trader where I can pull that off yet. I don't have that skill set. It's something that I'm working on, and I'll continue to work on, and it'll just have to be good enough for today. All right. So see you tomorrow. Much love, respect. I hope you guys enjoyed the day. Go out and exercise. Really feel like this green month that I've been having, I exercise every day. Go exercise, free your body, free your mind, your soul, everything. Not to preach on you, but go exercise today. You'll feel better.